With the exception of a monitor in the corner beeping softly, the hospital room is quiet. In the bed, Remy Ma lies with her hands crossed over the thin blanket, her face calm but pale. Beside her, Papoose sits with his chair drawn close, one hand firmly clutching hers. His eyes have a crimson tint and he's attempting to remain composed, but the situation is really stressful. He can't get the doctor's previous remarks out of his head. It's advanced. We've done everything we can, and the room feels smaller than it actually is. The air was heavy with unsaid anxieties. Remember, Papoose begins with a low, nearly whispery voice. To regain his composure, he clears his throat. I take it you heard what the doctor said? According to them, it's too late. But I don't think I'm incapable of Remy looking at him with gentle yet worn-out eyes. She faintly squeezes his hand. I heard him in the room, so you don't need to sugarcoat things for me, Papoose. Even though she speaks calmly, there's a tremor behind everything, like if she's trying to contain a storm. You don't understand, but I'm not going to let this be the end. He shakes his head while leaning forward and putting his elbows on his knees. Remy, we've endured too much. All of it. Prison in the streets. You are and always have been a fighter. He wipes his eyes rapidly, and his voice breaks, as if he is ashamed to exhibit his tears. Remy tries a tiny smile, but it falls short. Gazes, I'm sure you want to defend me in this battle. Papoose, however, there are instances when accepting what is happening is more important than fighting. After acknowledging Papoose's voice, he gets up and starts to pace the tiny area next to the bed. You expect me to just sit here and watch you go, to accept this? His hands stop squeezing into fists. I can't do that, Remy. I can't lose you. Remy looks at him with a shaky shoulder as he moves away toward the window. He has shown her strength. Witnessed him keep it together for her during 6 years in prison, despite the rumors, arguments, and the world's tearing at them. However, this is not the same as he is being broken by this. Come here, she says gently, patting the bed. And Papoose, who has never seen her like this, pauses before sitting on the edge of the mattress with his head bent. She touches his face with her fingers, following the worried lines that are engraved. There. Do you recall our phone marriage? You're holding me down in that fucking cell. You assured me that it would last forever. Pap, I still mean it, he adds furiously, looking up at her. And I believed you. Consequently, I'm not giving up. A second opinion, a third, a fourth, or another doctor will be sought. Something they can do must exist. Remy sighs and returns her hand to the covers. I've been fighting, and I'm tired, Papoose. I'm not saying I'm giving up, but what if this is the one battle I can't win? I've spent my entire life fighting the system and the streets. Her comments were a strike to his gut. With unsteady breath, he leans forward and presses his forehead to hers. You're everything to me, Remy, so please don't say that. Memories and you. I couldn't do this without you guys. You are my entire universe. Although Remy's eyes sparkle, she fights back the tears. You'll be all right. Our girl will be well cared for by you, Papoose. Make sure she understands who her mother is. I was a badass, tell her. All right. She attempts to laugh but ends up crying instead. Papoose withdraws, his head shaking. Resist the urge. You'll let her know. Yourself. You will be present for her first day of school, graduation, and everything else. We will continue to accomplish things together as always. Looks at him and replies, okay, her voice barely audible above a whisper. We will battle for you to remember. But you have to make me a promise, Papoose. Regardless of what he says, you must let me go if it reaches the point when I can no longer fight. I can't guarantee that, Remy. But I can't envision a world in which you don't let this shatter you. You must be strong for our baby. He shakes his head, tears flowing down his cheeks. You don't have to imagine it yet without you in it, she says, grabbing his hand once more. They sit in silence for a while as the impact of her words weighs on them. I'm still here, and I'm not going anywhere without a fight. Papoose wipes his face while attempting to gather himself. I'm calling every specialist in the country, he continues, his voice firmer, and I'm getting you the best care possible. Outside the city, they hum, unaware of the struggle they're facing. Remember, money isn't a problem. If I have to, I'll sell everything." Remy laughs quietly, a glimmer of her fire returning. "You better not sell my jewelry, Papoose. I'll haunt you." He laughs in spite of the sound being broken and raw. "Always, that will always be yours, just like me." A nurse enters through the open door, looking at the chart at the foot of the bed. "Mrs. Mackey, we need to take some more tests today. Are you feeling up to the challenge?" Remy nods, her hand tightening around Papoose's. "Yes, I'm all right. I know," Remy adds, looking at him with a mixture of pride and affection. "He's my rock." The nurse grins, noticing the tension in the room, and nods at Papoose. "You've got a strong one here," she says. Remy's forehead is kissed by Papoose as the nurse departs. "We're going to defeat this, Remy. Regardless of the doctor's opinions, we've experienced worse." Although she nods, a glimmer of doubt appears in her eyes. Though she doesn't say it aloud, she asks, "Tell me about memories. Why is she here today?" "She's with your mom," Papoose says, grabbing onto the topic shift and being thankful for the diversion. "She is as you know her. I warned her not to eat all that candy, but she still smiled when I gave it to her. Obtains whatever she wants." With a laugh, Remy. A true laugh this time. She will cause havoc like her mother did. "Indeed," Papoose confirms, his tone softening. Like her mother, they continue to talk about their daughter's lives and goals for a considerable amount of time. Still clinging to Remy, remembers how they started their business by breaking into clubs and dancing freely while using ciphers. "We were crazy." Papoose is youthful and unafraid. With a little smile, Papoose nods. Remy remained fearless. "It's you." The fear still lurks in the room's corners, but they ignore it. They have always fought together and aren't yet prepared to give up. Toward the end of the afternoon, Papoose takes out his phone and browses through his contacts. "We haven't finished yet, Remy, and I'm calling every doctor I can locate." Watching him makes Remy's heart overflow with affection. "I know you're Papoose, and I know his eyes are angry when he gazes at her. If we are determined, we will succeed, Remy. We'll succeed, you hear me?" She nods while maintaining eye contact. "Together," she says, and he echoes. He feels a glimmer of optimism for the first time since the diagnosis. It's little and brittle, but it's there, and it's sufficient. With the exception of a monitor in the corner beeping softly, the hospital room is quiet. In the bed, Remy Ma lies with her hands crossed over the thin blanket, her face calm but pale. Beside her, Papoose sits with his chair drawn close, one hand firmly clutching hers. His eyes have a crimson tint, and he's attempting to remain composed. But the situation is really stressful. The doctor's earlier remarks are being echoed. In his mind, it's sophisticated. All that we can do. The air is heavy with unsaid anxieties, and the space seems smaller than it is. Remy Papoose begins with a low, nearly whispery voice. He, clear, has finished his self-study.